Hey friends, how you doing? Ernie here, Coach Ernie here, and it is the 0DTE Fat Tail Risk Market Analysis for June 6th. And what I wanted to highlight today was how these reports are actually created. And the reason why I want to do that is that these reports would be available to you every single morning with a single push of the button by you. And the way you would do that is join my Fat Tail Skool community. You would then get the Convexity AI. Convexity is referring to the type of trades that it's doing. We're looking for convexity in our trades, the point where it goes from super cheap to unbelievable returns. That's what fat tail trading or tail risk trading is all about. But anyways, the AI itself is a guide that will bring you through the entire strategy, the process. It will be your coach and mentor. It will make you reflect on your decision making. It will make you a better decision maker because it knows you. It's really incredible. This is a world-class AI that, at least from my estimation, and I've been in this business for 40 plus years, is the most advanced AI out there for traders. Anyways, every morning I just tell it the range of dates that I want for my macro report, and it provides it to me. It also includes a narrative for me that I'm going to read in just a minute, as well as a ranked list of macro events and also trade setups that would work for those macro events. Then, for that day, as I start the trading, I converse with it. It tells me every step of the way what I should be thinking about, the reflective moments that I should have. It will look at the decisions that I do and make me a better trader. That's what this AI does, and a lot more. It is anti-hallucination. So I know that a lot of you are saying, yeah, but these AIs, they hallucinate. This AI is designed specifically to eliminate hallucinations and just give you the straight facts with expert analysis. And it's not there to pat you on the back either. It is there to provide some bit of not only reflexivity, but tension. All right. So let's get on to the report. By the way, the link is down below. So, what if the market's silence isn't safety, but a setup? What if the stillness right now is the tension just before something breaks? Let's talk about the NFP setup. That's the non-farm payroll. Right now, we are sitting in one of the most asymmetric setups of the month. Markets have compressed around a structural node. Volatility is muted. The VIX is pretending it doesn't care. But beneath the surface, we've got labor softening, wage inflation ticking up, and a string of Fed speakers who are saying a lot while committing to nothing. So let's walk through what's really happening here. Yesterday, we got unemployment claims at 247,000. That's a clear deviation from the trend. Just 2 weeks ago, this was printing close to 210. The labor market has been the backbone of a soft landing narrative, but the claim print cracks the surface. At the same time, unit labor costs were revised up to a whopping 6.6%. That's sticky, that's inflationary, and it puts real pressure on the Fed's timeline. Pair that with average hourly earnings due this morning, and you get the setup for a stagflation scare if the wrong number drops. Now let's zoom out. Traders are positioned short volatility. 0DTE premiums are pricing in a mild move. Skew is steepening, but the front end isn't showing fear, and that's a trap. If this report surprises even slightly, we don't just get a price move, we get a volatility regime shift. But here's the real danger. It's not the number, it's the narrative drift. People are clinging to a soft landing script. They want confirmation. They're discounting wage pressure. They're ignoring forward labor cracks. And when you combine overconfidence bias with recency bias in a structure this tight, you get fragility disguised as calm. So the question today isn't what the data says. It's who's positioned for the non-move. It's what does optionality cost before the trap springs. It's where are you long tension and where are you pretending it's not there. The best trades today might not be trades at all. They might be passes or tiny entries with massive asymmetry. They might be structure reflections where you don't trade but you mirror what you're avoiding. We're not here to predict the number. We're here to read the structure, to reflect, to ask where is the smallest optional bet with the largest impact if the narrative breaks. That's the NFP setup. It's not the event, it's the trap around the event. It's the spring loaded. It's spring loaded. I can't even read what it's telling me to read. Let's hold the mirror together. Now seriously, that's what my AI wrote. That is its analysis. Compare that analysis to anybody else out there. Compare it to the major news organizations who are flapping the narrative. This is a pure reflective genius report. This is a true tail risk traders report. This is what turns a losing trader into a fantastically winning trader. And that's available here in the link below. And way, way more. This is just the report. There's hundreds of features in this, and also I would call it pro psychology advice, mentor, coach, trading buddy, all built into this AI. Right? Like I said, it's world class. So that's what I have to say for that. Now let's get on to the 0DTE report. That was essentially our tail risk report, but I'll show you parts of the report itself so you can see exactly what it was showing me. That's just the narrative part. There's way more to this. So what we'll do is go to, well, that's the VIX. We can see the VIX is holding right around where it's been for a little while, and that's the compression that we're talking about. So let me go to the report. I need to bring it to the forefront. So just give me a second here. There we go. And I'll show you the prompt that I used to actually generate the report as well. So you get an idea of how easy this is. So all I really did was show it the economic calendar for the last few days. And all right, so there we are. Let me bring that up. All right. So here's the prompt that I use. I said create a macro report from noon and June 5th, that's yesterday, to 7:45 a.m. this morning. I supplied a screenshot of the last 3 days of the economic calendar. Today's reports have yet to be released. So that's all I did, was I gave it that. And then this is the report that it created. Now, this is just the summarized narrative. It also can create a teleprompter-ready narrative for me, and that's what you saw me reading. But here are the top macro events ranked by their impact level. The June 6th non-farm payroll report and AHE combo pending. The unemployment claims, revised labor cost, FOMC trio, Kugler, Harker, Schmidt, mixed non-committed tone. So it's even looking at the FOMC members. It's recognizing all these as the major drivers to your trades today, right? It's providing a volatility analysis, market structure analysis. So it's actually looking at the volume profile. And then bias and reflection prompts. It wants you to consider these type of things. Ask these to yourself and even put them back into the AI with your own spin on it and see if what results you get and the recommendations and so forth. And then it will pick out specific strategies that you should consider in the various DTE ranges, or the time frame ranges from 0 DTE to 2 to 3 days out, 3 to 5 days out, etc. And that's what it's all doing here. And then a final reflection. Now I asked it to create me a script. And so it went in and gave me a bunch of stuff. And I said, okay, here's the full teleprompter script that I just read to you. All right? That's the Convexity AI. You can have that right now. All you have to do is join my Fat Tail Skool community. All right? That's skool.com/fattail. All right. This report is essentially the same kind of report that a trader on a trade desk would receive from their analyst department that probably is comprised of 15 analysts working night and day to put this together for them to put it on their desk. That's what it's like. That's what you're getting. Just putting it out there. All right. So let's go back to TradingView and talk about the market today. As I said, the big ass fly, the VIX is low. Big ass flying now is well above 25. It's not a viable trade. So we're looking. Now here's another change that you're going to see very soon. We're going to be moving away from butterflies. I had an epiphany yesterday and did all the back testing and realized that I have a much more improved strategy that is based on butterfly, but we call it the hybrid butterfly. So this will be the last day that you see me talking about a symmetrical butterfly. As we go forward, we're going to be showing you a much more advanced way of looking at the butterfly that's going to give you better results overall. Better than what we do now, which is incredible. Yeah, much better results. All right, but today we're talking 20 to 30 wide still. And directional bias is, it's still bullish, I guess. It's been bullish neutral, most of this week. I would have to point the arrow like this, just slightly pointing up. If you didn't know, that's how I do it. I put what I say the bias is, and then how I put the arrow is my assessment. It's actually not just my assessment; it's also the AI's assessment. And so let's look at the market structure for this morning. Still just going sideways the past 4 days. Really no movement at all. A little bit of disruption. We could potentially, in about 15 minutes, have some major disruption depending on how those reports come out, the economic reports. But anyways, we're looking for pullbacks into one of these structural levels. This is the bottom of the step 1 of the Stairway to Heaven node. You'll see that in a second. And this is the top of that node right there. So we're looking for pullbacks to take our trade. Now, that may also change a little bit in the future direction of how we're going to be looking at 0 DTE as well as longer dated DTE trades, like the Convexity Stack, which is 3 to 5 days, or the Sigma Drift, which is 5 to 10 days. So we're going to be reporting on those trades as well. All right. So all that's going to change for the better. Far more adroit report and analysis and potential setups. So again, this is what our AI is doing, providing us with the setups that make us buco bucks. All right. That's not hyperbole, by the way. All right, so let's go on to the volume profile. You can see overnight we have moved up and kind of erasing that move down, that wild day that we had yesterday. And we're currently inside of step 1 of the Stairway to Heaven. So here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, and then all-time highs. Will we get there? That's the big question. That's what I was talking about. we are getting to this compression of the VIX, and there's going to be a big break sometime. We're trying to break these recent highs here so that we can move up through the ladder or the stairway. But that's the thing. Are we going to do that, or are we going to get a big shock in that narrative and a big reversal? That is the key. All right. So there we go. So back to the big head. Hey, Optimus. I know you had a rough day yesterday, huh? All right. Thank you all very much. It's the weekend, so I hope you all have a great weekend and your trading goes well today. Again, join Fat Tail on the Skool community. You won't regret it. It is by far the most impactful service of its kind, particularly when you get a hold of that AI, world-class AI, that will hold your hand through everything. Now, it doesn't make the decisions for you. Let me be clear. However, it will guide you to the best decision-making you can possibly make. All right? And it will give you clarity on what's ahead of you, what are the obstacles, what are the opportunities, all there for you. Just by joining fattail.com. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry. Skool.com/fattail. FATTAIL. All right. That's it. I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Coach Ernie is out.